Jimmy Kimmel returned to his late night show last night. He kicked off his opening monologue with a message clarifying the comments that got his show suspended for nearly a week. Why don't we check in right now with Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush. Good morning to you, Bill.
Morning. I'm sure a lot of people, when they wake up this morning, want to know what Jimmy Kimmel says. If they stayed up to watch it, they're probably not watching us. They won't be up until about noon. I guess they called it a late show for a reason. But he started out, he was very emotional, saying that he never meant to make fun of the death of a young man. And he had to really try hard to fight back tears. And then he explained what the joke was really about. He said he was accused of pointing the fingers at MAGA. And he said he was trying to make the exact opposite point, that nobody knows what the motivations of the young man were, especially at that time when he did the monologue. And I can understand that. It sort of tracks if you go back and listen to what he said. He was saying people who are MAGA supporters are pointing fingers at everyone but themselves because they don't want it to be about them, is I guess what he was saying. Anyway, it was awkward and it needed clarification. I think that could have been done the next night instead of taking him off the air for a few days like they did. But I think that was the more complicated part. That's where politics came in. And if you're still doubting whether or not the president of the United States actually intervened or strong-armed Disney or ABC in some way, look at what Donald Trump said yesterday. Now he's saying, okay, you know what? Well, we're still coming after you, because now he sees shows that criticize him as massive campaign contributions for the other side, and that, he says, is illegal. So I think when you have the leader of your country trying to find ways to make free speech illegal, then you're trying to stop free speech. And Rosie, I was thinking this morning about the number of times on television and on radio and in promos for our show that were recorded on TV that we poked fun at Jim Watson when he was the mayor, about the LRT and about other things that were happening in the city. And never once did I hear, to my knowledge, that he went to management to complain. Every time I'd see him on the streets or at festivals or whatever, or in the studio, he was always gracious about it. We got to disagree on politics without it becoming personal. And that's been my experience for most of my career. When I run into people that I've been attacking on the air, they're usually pretty good about it. But you know what? If they took a cheap shot back and made fun of me in front of my wife and family or whatever, I smiled and took the heat as well, because it goes with the job. To have a leader be so thin-skinned, I think is a very dangerous thing.
Bill, it's always great to hear from you. You have a great show.
You too.
You can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on Newstalk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.